There we go. Alright. Eventually this will all get sorted out. We'll have screens and stuff. That's a long delay, jeez. Alright. Kind of curious. Hear what this sounds like. Okay, it's not very loud. Turn this up a little bit. Okay. That's a long delay. Yeah, messing with all this real time. Try to get this to fit a little bit better. Less cutoff. Oh, that looks bad on stream. Volume's not good, but is it still cut off on the side over there? Okay. Now, do I need to turn the mic up further? I need to turn the mic up further. I'll max that back out for now. Who just joined? Yeah, AV is one way only, Bob. This is a live stream. It's not a video chat. So that's why we've got the live chat going. You put your questions out there so that questions can be answered, that kind of stuff, and that's kind of how we're going to do this. I am going to go ahead and close this down. Okay. All right. Oh, that's right. So the viewer count changed. I was watching the stream so I could make sure everything looks good on the other side, or as good as I can get it to go. This is going to be kind of a first-time thing. Hopefully, so the rest of the class will be joining us soon. It is 11, so it is class time. How's it going, Bob? How are you doing out there? Morning, Angela. How are you doing? Gosh, the glares. Yeah. Well, I take those off. I can't see chat. I've got a few more things coming that'll make this work a little bit better. But those won't get delivered until tomorrow, so we'll have those for next week. And I tried to get an actual. So I'm using my phone right now as the webcam. I tried to get an actual webcam. Would you believe, with everybody doing office work from home, webcams are back ordered to like June? So. Yeah. No, there's not going to be any way, Angela, for me to hear you. This is a live stream. This is broadcast onto YouTube, so it is a one-way thing. That's why we've got the live chat, so that you guys could type your questions in. This isn't like Skype or anything like that. It's not a two-way thing. So. You guys can chat. You interact with each other in the chat there, but it's a live stream, not a conference. Different technology. Maybe once we can get some other hardware in place. Oh man. Yeah, we're getting drop frames. We're getting. Oh, that's why. Okay, sorry, I was just tech nerding a little bit here. The way I've got this set up for the curious is I'm actually using video game streaming software to broadcast it onto YouTube. So I'm seeing all the various, drop frames and all that kind of fun stuff down here in my board. We'll give it a few more minutes. Cody was going to be a little bit late. Hopefully some other people can get in here. And then we'll start going and just kind of go straight into a question and answer session, things that you guys wanted to hear or questions that you had, things, see how everybody's going, using the watch to keep track of text messages. Make sure. That so Angela, how are things going in y'all's place? Are you able to work from home? What's going on with you? and there is a big delay. So if you, it takes seems like it takes me a while to see and respond. There's between a 5 and 20-second delay between what I'm seeing and what's going on the what you're seeing. So possibly longer. Probably should keep that stream up actually, so I've got an idea of what you guys are hearing and responding to. Oh man. Um, how's Gabby enjoying all the madness? Bob, I could try uploading the stuff, but you got to realize that that's a massive bandwidth upload for me because I record things in 4K 60 frames a second most of the time. Last time I uploaded something to Google Drive, it took me a day and a half. Yeah, now you guys are seeing the delay. Sensei O'Neill, welcome to the chat. So, I'm doing okay. I actually still get to go into work, and I say get to go into work um, without any cynicism at all. I I I do shipping and receiving for cell phones. Oh, so you're just listening in, Ryan. You're not able to keep up with the voice chat as much. Sorry, I got distracted partway through that. My shipping and receiving, cell phone shipping and receiving is take that off, so I don't listen to those anymore. I'm getting distracted by how far off I am. My shipping and receiving is mostly cell phones for repair industries and medical industry and manufacturing. So I'm actually considered essential personnel, so I still get to go in and I get work from the office. I'm also the only person in the office, which is even better. Listening, walking, and typing. Multitasking. Yeah. So I'm still tweaking all of this. I'm actually hoping to be able to do something like this a little bit more often. Um, we The YouTube channel itself right now doesn't qualify for mobile streaming yet. I think I've got to have a certain number of hours broadcast, that kind of stuff on it before we can mobile live stream. So that's why I'm doing this from the computer, using my phone for a webcam. I've got some stuff coming in to make it at least look a little bit nicer. As far as like lighting and stuff like that, I've actually got a Word document up on the second screen to give some extra lighting because it's a little dark in here and I hate using ceiling lights. But I'm planning to get this all tweaked up and really running smoothly, have some screen graphics, that kind of stuff come through, and be able to do this, a little bit more frequently, even after, we're able to go back to meeting in the dojo, doing classroom sessions, once a week or once every couple weeks, to see how things are going for, your history knowledge, language knowledge, questions you guys have that occur during the week, that kind of stuff. So, and if I can figure out how to do it, I may be able to do some mobile live streaming, or at least take this outside and be able to do some demonstrations, that kind of stuff from the yard. But we're kind of limited right now as far as what we're able to live stream. If the weather stays halfway decent today, I'm going to get Anita to hold the phone for me, and I'll go outside and do some kata demonstration. And if you hear weird chimes and stuff in the background, that's the front door rings a motion sensor chime every time a car drives by. So there's some other things that we're looking into, kind of looking at the viability for what the space we've got, that kind of thing, that will allow for some more interaction, voice interaction. If you have got video that I recorded, I would prefer that you send them to me and I'll upload them. I want to make sure that, among other things, I'm still okay with what the video's good for what we're putting up. I'm trying to kind of elevate the quality of what I'm putting online, give the best possible image, that kind of stuff. Good morning, Cody. Welcome. Yeah, Bob, the lag is probably my internet. That's I'm seeing that I'm getting some dropped frames, which is probably some of what's happening. I've got to get the bandwidth dialed in exactly right for what I have available to me. And Anita's upstairs right now watching videos on her computer until we're done with class. So she's probably using up a little bit of the internet bandwidth, and that may be impacting it a little bit. I'm glad that this was able to work out. I was not gonna lie, I spent most of the last night arguing with my computer and various software and hardware and trying to figure out how to get this to work exactly right. I had to wait for payday. But I'm trying to get us a little bit better online presence. We're gonna be sure that Ryan can get his videos and stuff that he wants to do put together and recorded, and he's already got access to the dojo login, which is how he'll need to log in for oh, Cody. not today. This is Q&A today. Are y'all practicing in the living room on a regular basis, Cody? I'm going to wait a minute and let the chat and everything catch up. The lag on YouTube is bad. I'm actually thinking about moving some of this over, creating a Twitch channel for the dojo, just so I have less lag between the between the video and the chat, because it's awful. YouTube streaming is just bad. It really is. It's just bad. But Twitch built themselves off of that streaming, and so I'm thinking that may be a better option for us. Oh, Cody, it's a Q&A session. It's Classroom today. No, it was. Well, we may have some more classes and stuff in the future, but no, this is a YouTube stream. This is a live stream. We don't have a way. YouTube streaming is not going to ever be multi-directional. I am looking at Zoom and what that would take, and Zoom can be a multi-party thing, but this is a YouTube live stream. I'm sorry I didn't make that clear. That's on me. Since we have got most of the people in the message group, it looks like, at least showed up, or at least the people that responded. Questions? Do you have any questions? Anything the thing that you want to discuss? Text messages coming through. Okay, for those who are watching and can't figure out how to get into the live chat, you do need to have a login. Angela, Skype. Skype is free to everyone. There seemed to be a lot of confusion about Skype. People who either didn't have Skype or that kind of stuff. So I kind of decided to go with this, at least initially, especially because I don't have room to teach a class where my computer is. And Skype video upload for me, at least because of the way my house is designed, is really, really bad at just dropping out. Skype can do a group thing, but most people are doing it off of their phone, and so you have to lean your phone up against a wall or something, that kind of thing. So that's a little bit complicated. At least for sit-down classroom sessions like this and stuff that we could make sure that everybody had a login for. Speaking of which, if you're watching this and you can't get into chat, do make sure that you are signed in to YouTube. The live chat will be on the sidebar. Let me see. And actually, just because it's amusing for you guys, well, it amuses me. You guys can decide whether or not you find it amusing. This is what we're dealing with right now. So, oh gosh, and I moved that around, and now I got to figure out where the camera goes again. Right, there we go. Right now, my phone is sitting between the number keys and function keys on my keyboard. I do have a stand coming that'll raise it up so that I can fix distancing a little bit, and I may be able to do some things in the living room a little bit better with that in place, so we can do actual training maybe. Yeah, gosh, I shouldn't have done that. And you could see how bad the delay was because you could see me talking on the screen even though I'm moving the camera around. So yeah. Questions, discussion. Is everybody still able to practice? Is everybody still doing need recommendations for training? Anything like that? Aside from the obvious, keep doing your kata, do cardio, that kind of thing. It is water, it's just in a mason jar. sitting here drinking straight moonshine. This is what social isolation has driven me to, drinking straight moonshine out of a. No, it really is water. I've had 2/3 of a pot of coffee already today, so I figure water's probably a better option at this point. And it's a quart jar, so it's a good way to keep a lot of water going. I do know I've gotten some questions. Uh-oh. There we go. We're back. We're back. Lost the camera there for a second. Um, yeah, the software I'm using on my phone is occasionally drops, loses connection to the. Okay. Stretching, cardio. I do have a new kind of quick and easy cardio workout. I'm gonna see if I can figure out a way to give you guys or get access to you for you. Get access for you to you. Fix that. But at the moment it's kind of locked behind a paywall, so I'm not sure how to get that information to you. It's something that I saw on Ian Abernathy's app that he has, but we are going to start using it in class once we get to start meeting together again. So that's something that's nice and it's coming. It's a fairly easy workout that you can increase the intensity of, and it's all kind of shadow boxing type thing, which is something I recommend. Oh, that's good. Lots of room for kata. Put an extra layer on, Bob. It'll be fine. Masayama used to train out in the snow. Okay, just for the sake of knowing the Romanji for the Japanese, Ichi, one is written in Romanji ICHI. Ni, two is written NI. Just so that you guys are aware. As far as the Romanji, using the English language, the Greco-Roman alphabet for Japanese words. We say ich because the last sound is dropped, or basically more of a oh gosh, losing the camera again. Yeah. Okay, you guys are going to see some camera drop out until I can get an actual webcam. My best option isn't great. I've got my phone connected by USB to the computer and software running on that makes it work as a webcam. Excuse me. So you're going to see the camera drop in and out. I'm sorry, guys. The best I can do at the moment. Like I was saying earlier, Cody, you weren't here for it. Webcams are basically backordered to June or July, which is, the weirdest thing in the world since everybody's working from home and having to do having to do their teleconferences via video chat at home. All right. Um, yeah, I'm not using the phone. Isn't the microphone? I've got a little Yeti Snowball cardioid mic that I've got plugged in that I've spent most of the morning trying to figure out the sound settings, and I know they're still not as good as I can get them, but I got some more things I can do with that. You guys have to realize when it comes to audio stuff, I have done professional voice recording from home, so I had to quit partially because I'm next to the highway, and it's really hard to isolate highway noises in this house. Um, yeah, I'm still seeing some stuff that I'm gonna have to tweak as far as video and bandwidth settings, but I honestly I think some of these classroom sessions. What do you guys think? Do you think some of these classroom sessions like this will be useful for you? Do you have questions? I've kind of been babbling because I have to wait, 20 seconds or so to see what you guys respond. Uh, but, you know, Ryan, how are things going for you right now? Um, Shidoshi, last I talked to him, was doing all right. I talked to him um, earlier this week. He was talking about how crazy the VA is right now, and they got their waiting room has basically been hollowed out and chairs set up with 6 foot distancing between them, uh, and they're screening everybody that walks in, doing temperature scans, that kind of thing. We got. All right, that's just not very nice, Bob. Me babbling is different. How? You don't have to be mean. Uh, for everybody who's on the group chat, uh, just think, Cody, you have so much room now. Out of curiosity, how many people have either a garage or a basement other than Cody? I know what Cody's garage looks like. Um, does everybody have the ability to put up a punching bag of some kind? I don't know what everybody's living situation is. I don't know what kind of room you got, apartments, houses, that kind of stuff. Um, I know Cody's got the punching bag in his garage, and he's got some weights and stuff like that for training. But I don't know what the rest of you, as far as space and availability, have. I guess Bob, you've got trees you could go punch if you need something hard to hit. You know. Yeah. How is nice? I'm a little jealous, Bob. I don't have a maki water that I can put up. You have the room for a punching bag? Okay, cool, cool. Go punch the trees. Um. Okay, good, good, good. Um. I'm going to recommend an app for those of you. Well, there's a lot of free versions of it, but get yourself a Round Timer app for your phone. Um, excuse me. My recommendation is going to be everybody get a Round Timer. Uh, Try to do set up 3 minute rounds with a minute rest time between rounds. Uh, Punching, but yeah, maybe wrap a carpet around it first, Bob. Uh, but if you've got a punching bag, use it on the punching bag. If you don't have a punching bag, um, do shadow boxing. But give yourself a round timer. Ryan's got a great round timer app as well. I know I've seen him use. Um, yeah, Ryan's got all the stuff. Are all of your bags hanging up, Ryan? But yeah, get yourself a round timer. Do 3 minute rounds, a minute rest. Um, Aim for 10 rounds, honestly, and just keep the intensity high. When you're doing shadow boxing or whatever, kind of like with kata, try to do it as if you were actually in a fight. Um, that's going to be a fantastic way to keep the cardio up, as well as kind of training your burst cardio, your fight type cardio. Um, that's one of the things that a lot of fighters do in order to keep training. Safety gear? No, we don't have a vendor for that. I mean, my gloves and shin guards that I bought are from RDX, um, because I can get a discount on that stuff through the MMA class I do. Um, but I just went on Amazon originally. Make sure for if you do it for your like MMA type gloves. Honestly, for hand protection, I'd recommend MMA gloves. You can get with or without the thumb. That really doesn't matter either way. Um, but uh, you know, try to get something that's got at least a lost video again. Try to get something that gives you at least a half an inch to 3/4 of an inch of padding. Um, Shin guards, I like the ones that are shin and instep connected, that are a little bit more rigid, just for blocking and striking, shots to the lower leg, that kind of stuff. Um, for the ladies, definitely get chest guard, that kind of thing. Guys, make sure you've got a cup, but make sure that you're not just doing kata, that you're not doing long. Bob, that depends on, because your hand size uh, your hands are a little bit bigger than mine, I think. So I'd say as far as hands, look for probably size large on your MMA gloves. Um, Look at size charts for shin guards. Um, is going to be your best bet on that. When you go to look at and buy at this stuff, most of them have size charts. Use the size chart. A lot of stuff, if you go on Amazon, a lot of the stuff can be free return. 18 wheeler driving by. A lot of stuff can be returned free, especially if it doesn't fit. So make use of that. If it's something that is the wrong size, swap it out. But for guys, honestly, I'm saying, except for the kids, don't really need to worry so much about chest protection. Um, for the most part, it's not of much use, anyways. Uh, there's some of the equipment that I'm looking at buying to help with training, but it's not. It's not for fighting. And I definitely need to get a better camera option. Okay. What else? What other questions? Oh, jump rope. Recommend everybody get a jump rope. Start doing some jumping. Some skipping rope. Actually, I need to do that too. I got to figure out a place that I can do that because I don't have room in the basement. Skipping rope is a really good cardio exercise. It's good for the calves. Um, Builds up, calf strength and stability. Builds up shoulder endurance for striking, that kind of stuff. Um, and it's good for developing, footwork when fighting. So, recommend getting a skipping rope. You want one that's got a little bit of weight to it. You can find guides for how long it should be online. Excuse me. Um, yeah, I imagine those do make a lot of difference, Bob. I did shadow boxing with an 8 kilogram vest on and 10-ounce boxing gloves. And that, I did the same workout without that. It was a lot harder with the weight on. So, yeah, I can imagine those. Be careful, though, with your strikes and kicks when weighting your limbs. Um, Boy, that was a bad one. But yeah, be careful throwing punches and kicks when you have weights at your ankles and wrists because that can put a lot of extra strain on the joints. Um, for a lot of the kata, your punches and kicks should be full force. When you're executing a punch or a kick doing kata, it should be like you're striking someone. So be real careful practicing, punches and kicks with weights on. If you're doing slower movement, going through more of a like a Tai Chi flow style on the kata, then great. But be very careful going full force with weights on your hands and ankles. Uh, that hurts. Yeah. Good. Good. Um, let's see. What else? Yeah. On the other hand, doing medium speed continuous punching drills with hand weights on is a really good shoulder endurance exercise. So, oh, that's a good recommendation, Ryan. I hadn't thought about doing boxing timer for skipping rope. Sorry, I just saw your comment about being too old to break yourself up. There you go. There's a good idea on how bad the delay is. Um, One of the things that I like to do when I'm doing round timer work is instead of just sitting and staring blankly into space during the rest round, is I'll do jumping jacks, keep the heart rate up, keep pushing the self, kind of force the body to go into an active recovery stage. You're doing real high intense work, or you should be during the round. So the rest frame, do something the rest time, do something a little bit lighter intensity but still continuous activity. Forces the body to kind of adjust to recovering with one more quickly, and two while still like I said, active recovery. um, Definitely something that I highly recommend doing. You do that a lot for fighters when we're getting them ready to do like the kickboxing. You probably saw on the channel that was those two kickbox fights were a couple of the guys that I train with on Sundays. We got their fights up. They fought for the American kickboxing championships over the Arnold weekend. Um, for those who are interested in hand hardening, which if you're not, not a big thing. I've got some videos that I may upload. Probably won't. I'll probably do a better quality upload of what I'm using, the gear I'm using for that, and some ways to kind of intensify or to train the hands to be a little bit harder and heavier, but without damaging the joints. Because that's a balance that you got to work when you are, doing this kind of training. Oh, AV equipment. Um, my mic output. Mic output is. Oh, excuse me. Maxed right now, I think. Let me see what I've got down here. What my sound settings look like. Get that out of my way. Yeah, within the software, my mic is turned up all the way, and the mic is actually like getting into the yellow and nearly peaking from time to time. Um, Part of the problem is so that it's not like right here in the middle of everything. Um, I can adjust it maybe a little bit there, but I'm limited on how good I can. Yeah. Normally there's a lot of testing that goes into this stuff, a lot more testing that goes into these kind of things, and it took me forever to be able to get everything I needed to. It was payday, so I was able to get some stuff ordered. Um, like I said, an actual webcam, but even like Amazon is back ordered, crazy. Um, yeah, I can move the mic around a little bit, and I can try to figure out what the sounds are sounding like, but um, I actually had my mic and all my microphone equipment taken down for a while, and so it's not in the spots that it used to be. So I don't know where the volume settings and everything are. Excuse me. Um, but I can keep messing with that. I mean, classes are gonna be either like this, or if I can figure out how to do a mobile live stream with the. I mean, I'm sure the settings can be tweaked. I can mess with some stuff a little bit better. Um, it's better than it would have been because up until this morning, I was still using the phone for both the camera and the microphone, and that was echoey. That was bad. Hopefully, this is a little bit less echoey. Would you look at that? The speaking of punching bags, hey Max. Oh, I recognize that name. Actually, I can safely say that we'll be more than 6 feet apart, so we may make use of Maxwell here to do some video stuff as well. Have you gotten a drone yet, Max? Oh, that's fantastic. It's good to see you, man. It's been too long. Well, quote unquote, see you. You know. Yeah, I'm not even using the YouTube software for it either, Max. I'm using Streamlabs. Figures, it takes being in a situation where nobody's around to be near each other for Max to finally make it back to class. I think it's personal. I don't think he likes you, Cody. I don't know if you have met Max, Bob. He's roughly the size of a toothbrush, both in height and width. God, this delay. I'm definitely going to have to come up with a different streaming option, not use Facebook streaming. And do that to maybe to Twitch instead. Set up a Twitch account and for the dojo and use that for the live streams and then just upload it to YouTube later or something. Because this delay is not acceptable, and I don't know why they insist on having it. Censoring or something. Oh man. Okay. So I'm gonna quit babbling for a sec. You guys, uh, anything you need to know? Anything you've been wondering about? Questions, observations, language things? You guys, tell me what do you want to talk about? And keep in mind, Ryan is in the chat, and um, so if you've got questions for him as well, ask him. I do ask, especially because this may end up going, um, eventually getting posted onto the channel, just so people can come back later and watch it. Um, the live chat is publicly viewable, so personal information like phone numbers, that kind of stuff, maybe not use that. But we can use personal communication through the group chat, um, or the group text messaging. There goes the camera again. Bye bye. Okay. Yeah, I'll just need to get an actual webcam for this because this is ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie, Max. I'm not sure how much more I can cram onto this desk regarding the EQs. Yeah. So you have both of us here. Ryan's in chat. I'm in front of the camera. But be sure to if you've got questions for either one of us, this is the time to ask that. Um, you can get an answer that everybody can see and we can discuss. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tweak the bit rate a little bit. It looks like. For what I'm looking at, Bob, as far as just a webcam goes, um, I'm looking for something that can broadcast in 1080p at least 30 frames a second. Um, Logitech's what I've been looking at a lot lately. They've got a lot of accessible stuff. I use some of their stuff for work, not webcams, but some of their other stuff. The prices that I've been seeing on average for the webcams are between 70 and about 160. There's a a kit that I found that is headphones and a webcam, which I've got 5, 6 pairs of headphones within my field of view right now, which is ridiculous. And that's for like $300, and I don't need $120 pair of headphones for this. That'd be fantastic, Cody. I don't know if you noticed. I'm sure you did. I actually managed to figure out a way to make the white background transparent in a PNG format for the watermark on the channel and for the graphic in the bottom corner. Um, I thought that was kind of fun. There, you know, like you're talking about, Cody, as far as images and graphics and stuff like that. That kind of stuff I can create scenes and sources and stuff on this software and transition to stuff and put images and corners and stuff like that. We can do some of that stuff live. So that would actually be useful, especially if we do some of these classes, do like a history class recorded and upload it, that kind of thing. So yeah, no, any of the stuff that you graphics and stuff that you want to do and have time to do, I'm assuming that you can still work during all this. It'd be really appreciated. Yeah, I did it really bad the first time around, and the all of the white and lighter colors all went transparent, which means you could see stuff moving around back here behind the put my finger the right direction, behind where the body of the crane is. All that was transparent too. The watermark, I mean, it's the PNG file for the original patch design that Cody made. Um, and I still have the original files. I managed to hunt down. Um, so, out of curiosity, does everybody still have the email address for the dojo email? No, I don't know if we've said it enough lately, but Cody, we all again really appreciate the work that you did on the patch design and the graphic work that you do for us. That's I get complimented anytime I go to some of these tournaments and stuff out of state or whatever. People always stop me to take a look at the patch, like, "Wow, that's really cool. Who did that patch? Where'd you get that design?" That kind of stuff. So, uh, we don't say it enough, but thank you actually for what you do and what you contribute. Okay. Um, Probably easiest for you to do it because I'm not actually logged into anything to type stuff out. Yes, there is an email account for the dojo. Um, the the teaching staff have all got the login for it. Shidoshi never checks it for whatever reason. It just doesn't log in for him. Uh, but I know that Ryan has used it. I know that Cody has sent stuff to it. I don't know if Cody still or does or doesn't have the login. Excuse me. Um, but Angela, we probably need to get you login information for it because you're Kinshusei and because some of the stuff that you're supposed to be helping us with going forward. Um, Cody, if you could go ahead and type the email address into the chat. I do believe, and I'll have to double check on the settings for the YouTube channel. I believe there is a way to contact us there. I'm not 100% sure, but I will double check that. So for anybody who is subscribed, I'll make sure that we have a way of contacting us through the Sorry, I got distracted. That's the worst thing about this delay is I'll start reading chat and realize how far behind something is, and it completely throws my brain. Um, but I'll make sure that the YouTube channel has a good way of contacting us through that, because it is correct connected directly to. Actually, the login for the YouTube channel is the same as the login for the email address. So, because it's all Google, you know how that goes. Everything's Google, or it's Google, it's Amazon, or it's Apple. Everything is. Just waiting for chat to start doing things again. Did it not populate in? I'm just looking at both different chats I've got, because I've got a chat that shows up in the streaming software, and then a chat that shows up. I'm watching the YouTube, the actual stream live, so that I can kind of try to keep up with where you guys are. Um, okay. Um, so when I talk about login for the YouTube channel, I'm talking about for the staff. For Ryan or any of the teaching staff to want to upload videos, log in, that kind of stuff. Uh, just to be clear, the YouTube channel login is the same as the yeah. Yes, Ryan. We would like to get to use an app like Skype or something like that where we can actually see each other uh, in future plans. But of course it is. I just got a notification that the tripod and everything for the phone, so that I can raise it up and maybe fix the distancing a little bit better, is out for delivery. It wasn't supposed to come in until tomorrow. So yay, it'll get here sometime this afternoon as opposed to tomorrow. We could have done this later and it would have looked better. Cool. Sorry, back to it. Yes, we are looking at an app option, either Skype or Zoom or something like that, where we can directly see each other and interact. Um, but apparently, not everybody has a Skype. We don't have one, I don't think, for the dojo. So I think I'd have to create that. It may use the Google login. I don't know. So we don't have one that is actually us as an organization, as far as I've ever used, and as far as I know, not everybody has a Skype account. So that's one of those things. This was an easy way for us to have a classroom session where we had an official branding and everything for it, and kind of a shorter term, mostly free option, with the exception of like the $8 I spent on the software for the webcam. All you need to know for watching. Honestly, all you need to know for the stream, Bob, is if you want to be able to chat, you need to have your Google login, whatever that is, like you're using now, and as long as you're subscribed to the channel, as long as you are have the notification bells up, usually you'll be notified when we go live through the YouTube channel. Usually, YouTube's bad about it. Microsoft account. Okay, so for everybody who, yeah, I guess if you're using Windows 10, you have to have that Microsoft account. Um, we don't have a Microsoft account for the dojo, so and I have one for my personal, so I'd have to set up a separate deal for that because I'm doing a lot of this stuff using two different logins, Bob. Um, I'll have to experiment with that, see what we can do. Um, but yeah, a group, the ability to do some stuff, see each other in a group, that kind of stuff will be good once we can get it all lined out. If I can do that from my phone down in the dungeon, uh, my my training area in the basement, we can talk about stuff and that kind of thing. We're out in the yard as long as I've still got a connection to the Wi-Fi. As soon as, but that's the other thing too, is as soon as you go, yeah, the channel probably started sending you emails as I started um, testing stuff and uploading videos and that kind of thing. As long if you're subscribed, there will be stuff as I upload stuff or as I test things. You're going to get notifications. Probably got a couple notifications yesterday from me going live and doing a test on stuff. So sorry if I start spamming you, but I'm trying to, do videos on a regular basis, or at least a somewhat regular basis, just kind of talking about what's going on, making sure everybody's, still doing their training and that kind of thing. For the time being, we're going to kind of continue to keep comments locked on videos. I don't know if anybody has noticed, but the internet is not exactly a non-toxic environment. And because this is predominantly for you guys, for our students, I'd rather not have to deal with you guys, listening to people just shooting their mouth off because they're armchair ninjas and think that, they can cut a car in half with a, $20 katana at 30 paces because the katana is the greatest thing ever, that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's probably why you're seeing a lot of videos. But that's also why comments are going to be locked on videos for a while at least. I don't have a whole lot of patience with trolls. Don't feed them, don't engage them, don't talk to them, don't give them a way to talk to you, that kind of thing. All right. Well, it has been a little over an hour that we've been live. Does anybody have any questions, anything they want to discuss before we go? For those who want to get some more good training in today, give you a chance to, take the motivation of having at least been a little bit able to talk to each other, that kind of thing. And for those who, want to get back to that social distancing of sitting on the couch and watching Netflix, I'll let you do that too. But other than that, seriously, questions, discussions, things that you want to talk about or want to clarify before we go. I mean, it seems to have worked for the most part, Ryan. All right. All right. Well, if nobody has anything else, then uh, you guys, I appreciate you coming by and joining the stream. Sorry it wasn't more training today. Uh, we will eventually be able to get that up and going, and there will be some training videos, that kind of stuff put up. Um, like I said, I have a few ideas. Um, I got some stuff that once we can get back together is going to be really a lot of fun to do together as a group. I think. Um, and Yeah, I appreciate you coming by. Make sure everybody be sure you're taking this seriously. Yes, same time next week, Ryan. But no, be sure you're taking this stuff seriously. The testing and everything has been not as good as it should have been as far as the virus. So we don't know how bad things actually are. So please take it seriously. Make sure that wash your hands at least 20 seconds, that kind of stuff. Be serious about it, because it's going to get worse before it gets better. And I wish that didn't sound like a doomsayer, but it's a reality. This is not getting better yet. Um, so just be safe, be smart, watch out for stupid people. That's kind of a general life lesson. Watch out for stupid people. But I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I miss seeing you. I miss training with you. Honestly, this kind of fills a need because I need my dojo family a little bit, and by a little bit I mean a lot. So until next week, or until the next video, or the next text, uh, I'll leave you as we always do. 今日の訓練はこれで終わります。ご苦労様でした。おめでとうございます。ありがとうございます。